Friday, October 20th, 2016, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So, the U.S. presidential elections, and yeah, I cover the markets usually, and politics is a controversial subject, but I think it needs to be spoken about. As you know, as we only have about, I don't know, just under 3 weeks to go on to November 8th and the elections. And I did watch the debate yesterday, last night. It was 2 a.m. here in the UK. I got up to watch it. And reading the mainstream media today, the focus is on the fact that Donald Trump said, when asked if he will accept the results of the elections, he said, well, we'll have to wait and see. And one of the reasons he gave is that Hillary Clinton is ineligible to run for president because he thinks she was let off by the FBI, that she deleted thousands of email even after the emails are subpoenaed by Congress. So I think, you look back at the history of U.S. presidential elections, you have to go back to 1788 when George Washington was elected. And I read here from Wikipedia, United States presidential election, 1788-89, was the first quadrennial presidential election. It was held from Monday, December 15th, 1788 to Saturday, January 10th, 1789. So it wasn't in November, the elections back then. But the point I'm trying to make, that was 228 years ago. And even through Civil War in the 1860s, even through the War of 1812, even through World War I, even through World War II, this process of electing the executive of the United States or the president has been going smoothly for 228 years. And in my opinion, that's the biggest risk in these elections. And I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying, Trump or Hillary anymore. I'm just talking about the process. It seems to me that the peaceful transfer of power in the United States could be in jeopardy come November 8th. And I just see the United States, from outside. I'm not an American, but I went to an American high school in Brazil, in Rio, and middle school prior to that. And I learned American history, and I always thought it was very interesting. So I know what I'm talking about. I did U.S. history at university as well. So I think the problem right now is not whether Hillary or Trump wins. I think it's the uncertainty and the dangers after the election that could disrupt 228 years of a peaceful transfer of power. I guess when Bush and Gore had the election in 2000, there was some dispute about Florida, the hanging chads, but that was, the Supreme Court decided, and that was peaceful. Bush took over, inaugurated in January of 2001. There's no problem. It was just like a voting glitch, if you could call it that. But now it's more than just a voting glitch. I think the stage is set for very uncertain times up to the elections and after the elections. And the other thing that concerns me, because I talk about economics, markets, precious metals, currencies, is that one of the reasons the dollar has been so stable, and it's been the reserve currency of the world for since 1944, is because prior to that the United States proved itself that it's a stable political economic system, and that's why people have faith in the U.S. government, and that's why they lend the U.S. government money, and that's why they use dollars to trade amongst each other in the world, even though they're not in the United States. The other country that had this privilege that was actually earned was the UK, the United Kingdom, until 1944. The pound sterling was reserve currency for quite a while, and the United Kingdom as well for maybe even longer than the United States. They've had we've had a very stable political governmental system here. Of course, we have a monarchy here. There was abdication in the 1930s, but the system still ran smoothly. I guess you need to go back to the late 1600s, Charles I, and all the revolution in England, Civil War. But since then, it's been very stable. So the United States now, in my opinion, faces a lot of instability. I might be wrong. We could have a result, be it Hillary winning or Trump winning, and everything going smoothly, and there being no problems. So, but I doubt it. And one thing that could happen is there's more physical dollars held outside the United States than there is in the United States. And it's interesting because yesterday, and I'll put the video up in the cards under the little I, it's an October 19 Alta report from Cliff High and the Webbot. Well, not the Webbot, Cliff High interpreting the data that he's seen for the Webbot report for November. And he sees a lot of uncertainty for the elections. And I'm not surprised. I recommend you guys listen to that video. I know some of you are critical of Cliff High, the Alta process, of analyzing linguistic, language in the internet and trying to interpret. But I think it's very interesting. So, yeah, pretty amazing situation, I think. So the markets, I think they're going to stay pretty much where we are until the elections. I don't see too much move. There's too much at stake, I think, in these elections. Personally, I think whatever happens, if it's going to be, it could be to the point where they have to shut the markets even after the election if there isn't a smooth kind of acceptance of the election's results. According to Cliff High and his data, he sees Trump winning by a landslide, according to the the Webbot data. But apparently, that won't be accepted. I don't know why. So there'll be a lot of confusion. So that makes sense. Uncertainty. That's all I can say. And it's up to each individual to do what they need to do to stay safe. But one thing it is interesting. It's almost like get your popcorn out and watch the U.S. presidential elections. I think it will be a lot more interesting than June 24th, which was the day after Brexit, when unexpectedly the UK public voted to exit the European Union. So yeah, that's it for now. The markets this morning, so it's about 11 o'clock London time, so 6 a.m. New York. Gold is at $12.70, up $1. The Dow's at 18,230, up 30 points. So not much happening. ECB meeting today, so that would be interesting to see what Mario Draghi, the president of the ECB, says at his press conference. That comes out. Press conference starts for the ECB at 8:30 a.m. New York time or 1:30 p.m. London time. So if you enjoy my videos, please like, share it, and subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to donate, there's links below in the description. Take care. Goodbye.